Hello, today we are going to be drawing a caterpillar. Last week we drew a butterfly, but where do butterflies come from? They come from caterpillars. We're going to take inspiration from Eric Carle's The Very Hungry Caterpillar. We're going to read it first, and then we are going to draw it. It's one of my favorite books, and Eric Carle is one of my favorite artists. The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. In the light of the moon, a little egg lay on a leaf. One Sunday morning, the warm sun came up and pop! Out of the egg came a tiny and very hungry caterpillar. He started to look for some food. On Monday, he ate through one apple, but he was still hungry. On Tuesday, he ate through 2 pears, but he was still hungry. On Wednesday, he ate through 3 plums, but he was still hungry. On Thursday, he ate through 4 strawberries, but he was still hungry. On Friday, he ate through 5 oranges, but he was still hungry. On Saturday, he ate through 1 piece of chocolate cake, 1 ice cream cone, 1 pickle, 1 slice of Swiss cheese, 1 slice of salami, 1 lollipop, 1 piece of cherry pie, 1 sausage, 1 cupcake, and a slice of watermelon. That night, he had a stomach ache. The next day was Sunday again, and the caterpillar ate through 1 nice green leaf, and after that, he felt much better. Now he wasn't hungry anymore, and he wasn't a little caterpillar anymore. He was a big, fat caterpillar. He built a small house called a cocoon around himself. He stayed inside for more than 2 weeks. Then he nibbled a hole in the cocoon, pushed his way out, and he was a beautiful butterfly. The end. All right, we read the book. It was such a good book, so let's go right into it and draw our caterpillar. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make an outline of how my caterpillar is going to be standing, and he's going to be kind of like in an upside down U shape. So I'm going to draw that shape first to follow it, so that when we're drawing we have a kind of like a roadmap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my paper the long way across, so that's going to be in landscape. So the first step is I'm going to make a line towards the middle of my paper, and this is just a guideline. So I'm going to draw a really light line that's going to go straight across, and it's going to go up, and then it's going to go down. And that's going to be the line that we follow when we make our caterpillar. You can make your caterpillar straight across, but I want mine to be kind of up and kind of like squirming away. All right, so the caterpillar's body is made up of different ovals that are overlapping each other, and the ovals are going to follow this line. So I'm going to make my first oval right here on my line, just like this, and it's touching the line, and that's going to be the first oval of many for my caterpillar. And then when I mean overlapping, that means the ovals touch each other. So I'm going to go down, I'm going to make lots of ovals for my caterpillar, and they're just following that first line that we made. You see how they're touching each other? That's called overlapping. And as my ovals are getting closer to the end of my caterpillar, or the back of my caterpillar, the behind of the caterpillar, they're gonna get a little bit smaller. And I'm gonna put a little oval right there. And I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. And then when I get to the end, I'm gonna make his head, and it's just gonna be a big oval shape or circle. Okay, so we have our caterpillar now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the legs. So Eric Carle's caterpillar has legs in the back and in the front. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw some lines coming down from the ovals. I'm gonna draw 3 sets of 2 lines. So 2 lines here, 2 lines here, 2 lines here, and same thing over on this side. And then to make the feet, it is a backward C, or it might look like a lowercase letter B, or a music note. And those are gonna be his little legs and feet. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to draw the face for the caterpillar. And the caterpillar, he just has an eye right here. So I'm just gonna make a big circle and then another circle inside it. And then he also has some antenna. So I'm gonna draw 1 here, 2 lines sticking up here, and 2 lines sticking up here. And then I'm gonna draw a little shape just like we did on the bottom of the leg, right here. All right, so now I'm going to add another eye, and this one's gonna be a little bit smaller because it's on the other side of his head, but you can make it any size you want. So I'm gonna make the main oval shape or the circle shape, and then I'm gonna do the same thing right here, and I'm gonna draw the mouth. That's the mouth that he's using to eat up all that food, like in the book. And I'm gonna draw a circle there. So we have his 2 eyes, his mouth, and then his antennae, okay? The next thing we're going to do before we color is we're going to add a kind of like a horizon line just to ground it, to make sure he's not floating around. We always have to add that line in our pictures. So I'm gonna draw a line underneath him. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the food that he ate. That's the really fun part of this. So you're gonna think about what your caterpillar ate. It can be from the story, or it could be food that you added. So I'm thinking I wanna add some strawberries. So I'm gonna make some strawberries over here. And like I said, you can make any type of food that you want. And then to make my strawberries, they're kind of like oval shapes that are bigger on the top and then get smaller on the bottom. And then they have the seeds. So I'm gonna draw lots of seeds. And they're just like oval shapes. You notice the theme? Lots of oval and curvy shapes and lines. Then I'll make the top of the strawberries, the green part, the leaves. And then let's think of some other things we can add to our picture. I'm thinking some more food. So maybe he had a hamburger. So I'm gonna draw a hamburger. So it's just gonna be another curvy line. And then that's gonna be for the bun. So it's kind of like a half circle. And then we're gonna draw a wavy line for the lettuce. And then another long curvy line for the patty. And maybe another wavy line for the cheese or whatever else is on the burger. And then I'm gonna do the same thing for the bun that I did for the, on the bottom bun that we did for the top bun, but it's gonna be facing the other way. And then you can draw the sesame seeds. And then you can draw the texture for the burger. And then if he had donuts, you could draw donuts. You could draw cookies. I'm gonna switch out my marker. So here's my donut. Maybe I'll put some frosting on it. Maybe some blueberries. So basically any type of food you want your caterpillar to eat. It may be behind him on this side. I'll draw a cupcake. Maybe I'll put a cherry on top. And maybe some sprinkles. All right, so now I'm gonna color him in. And to color him in, to get the look of Eric Carle's illustrations, I'm gonna use a dark green and a light green marker. and I'm going to mix those together to get the colors that Eric Carle used. When Eric Carle made his illustrations, he used a technique called collage, where he actually painted tissue paper and then cut out all the individual shapes individually. Oh wait. He cut all the shapes out of the paper that he made, and then he used those shapes to make all of the illustrations. So all the parts of the caterpillar, the background, the food that he ate was all made out of paper that Eric Carle painted first and then cut out to make the illustrations or the pictures for the story. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start coloring these in. So I'm gonna do some dark and light green. So this is my light green, and then my dark green, and they can overlap, just like when Eric Carle is making his illustrations out of paper that's overlapping or touching. We're gonna do the same thing with our shapes here when we color them in. So it's kind of like a pattern: light green, dark green, light green, dark green. All right, I forgot to add the nice green leaf, because remember, he ate all that junk food and he got a tummy ache. So I'm gonna draw the leaf that he ate. And I'm just gonna draw 2 curvy lines, but maybe I'll have one part where the bite was taken out of it. So I'll make like a U shape. And now I'm gonna color it in. Okay, I finished my caterpillar. He was also very hungry. I added some strawberries, a burger, some blueberries, a donut, a cupcake, and then of course the nice green leaf, because you know he's trying to be healthier because all this other stuff might give him a tummy ache. I also added the fuzz for him. He's got a little bit of fuzz in the illustration, so I just used my orange marker and added that. So you can add whatever you want for your hungry caterpillar to eat. Have fun with it, enjoy it, and that is our very hungry caterpillar. Have a good day.